groups of note that we should know about?
Well, the roommates in England. I don't know if they're still active. The Extraordinaires in England, fantastic. Vicky Tafoya, of course. Lil Mo and the Dynaflows out in California. And even here in Jersey, we have what's known as the Bad Boys a cappella group called Choice. Who are pretty good. Worth checking out.
I'm gonna have to look them up. Choice they're in New Jersey based, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh man. Well, I tell you, I like a lot of other people, like all your faithful followers on the internet, appreciate your passion and knowledge for doo-wop music. And I tell you what, man, to me, having you online is such a blessing. It's been one of the things that has helped carry a lot of us through these difficult times. So I thank you, Ken. Thanks for being on the show. We're going to take you out with one last video. Is there one clip that you might want to pick to take you out on?
Yes. Okay. Now we're going to go to one that a lot of people may not know, but it's a real collector's item. The record itself is on the Blues Boy King record label, which was owned by B.B. King. And the group is from Dallas, Texas. In the movie called Rocket Baby Rocket, and they recorded under many names. There were the Five Stars. There were also the Five Masks on Jan. But here they are doing their Blues Boy Kingdom recording, Juanita.
Let's take a look. Thank you, man.
Come to your window, I've come here to see you. That's what I'm doing. You are my truly fan. You are my truly fan. We will marry in the village and have a hacienda there. See, I will marry you. See, I will marry you. We will marry in the village and raise a child for
And now, some very rare doo-wop footage. This just surfaced a few short weeks ago. Not many have seen it yet. The name of this group and of any of the members of the group, Lost to Time. I have a feeling that maybe over the next few weeks, some more details will emerge. But for now, an eclectic American Roots exclusive. I do know that these guys were most likely students of Paxson High School in Jacksonville, Florida. Let's just sit back and take a look now. Enjoy it.
Well, I wonder, Ooby-Doo, who wrote the book of love? Tell me, oh, who wrote the book of love? I want to know the answer. Was it someone from afar? Well, I wonder, Ooby-Doo, who wrote the book of love? I love you, darling, baby, you know I do. But I've got to read this book of love to find out why it's true. Well, I wonder, Ooby-Doo, who wrote the book of love? Chapter 1 says you love her with all your heart. Chapter 2, you tell her you never ever go apart. In Chapter 3, remember the meaning of romance. In Chapter 4, you break up, but you give it just one more chance. Well, I wonder, Ooby-Doo, who wrote the book of love? Tell me, oh, who wrote the book of love? I want to know the answer. Was it someone from afar? Well, I wonder, Ooby-Doo, who wrote the book of love?
All right, some more rare footage, but this time we're going to go to a real rock and roll show. 1955, Brooklyn. Line for blocks to get in. Hold on there, son. It's a big day in Brooklyn. See? Oh, they're having a ball. And there are the Cadillacs on stage at the Brooklyn Paramount. Look at that. He's losing it. And she's feeling it. The slick moves. Beautiful vocals. Cadillacs. Talk about feeling it. The cops are going to go regroup and decide what they're going to do here. I don't think this was one of the nights that Alan Freed got arrested, but I do think he got a stern talking to. Oh, to have been there. But now we are there, at least for today, for a couple of hours. The Cadillacs. Let's check out some more Cadillacs with some more rare footage, this time in Dorchester, Massachusetts. The Cadillacs. They started out as the Carnations in 1953 in Harlem, New York. But here they are in Dorchester, Massachusetts, with a TV crew set up to film a documentary on juvenile delinquency. And unfortunately, in this segment, the way they have the mic set up is it's right in front of Earl, Charles, and JR there. You can hear their backup vocals nice and clear, but you can't hear Earl Speedo Carroll's vocals too well. But look at those moves. But one can watch this and wish that it was better quality, that the sound was all together. But I think we're lucky to have it at all. Amazing that it still exists. And quite a thing that things like this still turn up. After all these years. With the synchronized moves. And as a matter of fact, they're stealing my moves. Hey guys. You notice a heavy police presence there. Etta James was also on the bill that night at the Armory. Well, there's a cop telling her to get out of the way. All right, the Cadillacs. From the same show, we have the Moon Glows, Cleveland, Ohio. This time with some sound dubbed in. Great footage. And I think I'll just let the rest of this footage speak for itself. Let's sit back and enjoy the Moon Glows. They've seen enough. The Moon Glows. Oh, man. I hope you've enjoyed that little peek into the past. I have. It's all part of American history. Doo Wop, rock and roll, and you. I'll be right back with more Doo Wop Gold.
If he brings you happiness, then I wish you all the best. It's your happiness that matters most of all. Wasted days and wasted nights that I have left for you behind. I can't remember when I didn't love you. There was a time I thought you felt the same. Hold only one. You'll never know how much I love you so. And I'll be there before the next teardrop falls.
All right, friends, now moving along in our doo-wop extravaganza, I'm going to bring on a woman whose name comes to mind immediately for me when I think of doo-wop. Her name is Vicky Tafoya, one of the greatest singers I've ever witnessed in my life. Before I bring her in, though, let's take a look at Vicky Tafoya and the Big Beat with Come In Late.
Up. I know you're messing around with your no good ways and your tired lies. The truth's come undone in your eyes. It's in your head that I'm real dumb. The truth of it is that unlike some, I'm on to you, baby, and you're just so good. You're foul and it's out, yeah, it's understood. Ooh, it's understood. Ooh, you're just so good. I cared for you, baby, both night and day. You just couldn't live your life that way. You blew out the torch that I held for you. It's all over now, baby, 'cause we're through. When you used to hold me tight, you made me feel so safe inside. Crying time has got me once again. I don't know who you are. I'm wishing on a star that we could be the way we used to be.
That was Coming Late by Vicky Tafoya and the Big Beat. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Vicky Tafoya.
Hi, good morning. Good
How you
morning,
doing,
everyone.
Vicky? How you
I'm
doing?
great. How are you?
I'm doing well. You know, we're going through kind of interesting times right now, but focusing on the music, and especially this week's episode of Doo Wop, just lifts the spirits. And I know you feel the same way about the music. Am I right?
Absolutely. Absolutely, yes. One of my favorite things ever.
Now, I know you started singing at a very early age, but was it wasn't it when you were a kid when you first started singing?
I was about 8 years old. I'm one of 12. I'm the baby.
Ah,
And some of the sisters, you would think, because I have 8 sisters and 3 brothers. Most of them still alive. But some of the older sisters and brothers who used to live in the house, they were all moved out by the time I grew up. So it was just me and my mom. And I lost my father when I was 1. So my mom always encouraged me to listen to music. She would take me to the thrift stores. We would find different comps. There was comps like the K-Tel, different compositions that have a lot of oldies on it. Boyfriend's Back, Frankie Lyman, a lot of doo-wop, Dion the Belmonts. And I thought, man, this is good stuff. And some of the records were left in the record player, and then, they didn't have covers. And I was like, what are these? What are these round circle things? And my mom said, those are records. So check them out. And I was like, oh, and she goes, you got to be very careful, because the little needle, I didn't know about it. I actually poked my finger on it. I didn't know what it was. And then she showed me, and that's how I started learning. And also K-Earth 101. That's what was there, Carol A.
The initial passion right off the bat was for oldies and doo-wop style stuff right from the beginning.
Absolutely. Chicano family, they got the oldies galore.
Yeah, that's the sort of story you hear growing up in Southern California, and it's the same for me.
Yes.
Back in the days when we had some great, like at least 2 great radio stations and some great DJs still playing that great music. The music it seemed to me like the music was in the air,
It really was.
You're a big part of, speaking of Southern California, I first became aware of you and your magical voice through some of those early Doo-Wop Society shows, the Southern California Doo-Wop Society. Didn't you sing on some of those early programs that they put together?
Oh, yes. I sang on quite a bit. I was the very first one in 1989 at Salvatore's. It was just a restaurant before they had a permanent place for the Doo-Wop Society. It was at Salvatore's. There was a group called West Coast. I later got with and started a band with. but they were a group called West Coast, and it was Tony Rogers, it was Big Daddy Doo Wop. Anyways, but you know, they asked me to sing a song, and it was So Young. And I think another one was Heart Darling Angel by the Orlons. And, you know, do, 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 ah. And I thought, wow, I get to do this. And I met Mr. Vernon Green and the Medallions. That was the very first show. I have all the flyers still. I'll have to post them up one day. The second show was with Harvey Fuqua at the Club Lingerie, Safaris. And then in 91, or right before 91, I had oh my God, I used to sing in the hallways. There was a show called the Classic New York Doo Wop Show at the Universal Amphitheater before they changed the name. And there was the host was called Tony DeLauro. And I used to sing in the halls. I'm like, I got us to get on this show. You know, it was the Chiffons, it was the Flamingos, all kinds of everybody. And I said, oh man, they had like 3 shows. I went to 2 of them, and I sang in the foyer, I guess that's what you call it. And right before the people go onto the stage, they all get their drinks and stuff. And I used to sing in the halls. And finally, a guy named Bruce said, hey, you know what? Here's my card. You got to get on the show. And I did. I have the flyer right there on the wall. It's the Flamingos, Spaniels, Capris, Calvains, Storytellers, Dixie Cups, and me. I did a tribute to Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers.
Oh, man.
I was so excited.
It kind of gives me chills to think about some of the music you've absorbed. And Vicky, this is sort of whetting my appetite to hear you sing and watch you. Let's look at another one of your videos right now.
It's one of my favorites. It's originally done by it's Who Cares About Love by the Noble Tones. And when we were back east with my other band, The Vengeance, we were staying with a friend of ours. You know him, Ken Abruzzi, Daddy Doo Wop, Rockin' Daddy-O. We stayed at his house, and we were dying tired. We had just come home from a show, and he let us crash there. Lots of people back east. We love all of you. But Kenny, we had just gotten home. It was 3 a.m. and Kenny kept us up till like 6 a.m. We had an interview the next day. We were dying. But then he played this blue vinyl of the Noble Tones doing Who Cares About Love. And I covered that. I said, we're coming home, and I'm covering that song. And that's another one that you have.
Who cares about love? I care about love. Who counted the stars? I count the stars. Oh, where are you? Where are you? Please come back to me. Who cares about love? I care about love. Who counted the stars? I count the stars. Oh, where are you? Where are you? Please come back to me. Come back to me.
So right there, Vicky Tafoya with Who Cares About Love. I guess maybe we can dedicate that one to Ken Abruzzi for keeping you up that night.
Rockin' Daddy-O, Ken Abruzzi.
Yeah,
In Linden,
he's
New
on the
Jersey.
show too. He loves you, Vicky.
How wonderful.
So you've had a chance to. Well, speaking of the East Coast, I know you did a big show out there. I was on tour with the Reverend Horton Heat, and we really wanted to go see it. Can you tell us about? Do you know what show I'm talking about?
The PBS Doo Wop Generations.
Yes. Can you talk about that?
That was 2018 of November. Well, I saw on Facebook that they were having a contest, and I've done so many Doo Wop shows. So it's my absolute favorite thing to do. And I just want to say, while everybody's in quarantine, this is still one thing you can do with the kids at home. Show them different little vocals. My nephew, who's my drummer in both bands, he is a wonderful singer. He writes, he sings, he drums, he guitars, bass, everything. And he does vocals. You know what he said to me when growing up? He said, you know what, Thea? He goes, that kind of makes me feel wonderful in my tummy, just what I've just sang. It's just such a wonderful feeling to sing doo wop, especially a cappella, delicious doo wop.
You've been blessed. I mean, you've been blessed with your talent, but also I think you're blessed that that little kid who wanted to know what those round things were, those records, would
Oh
grow
my
up
God.
someday to be working
Absolutely
with
adore it.
and to be complimented by some of those original artists. So Vicky, and you deserve it, but I think that's a wonderful thing.
My absolute favorite. Oh my God, I love it.
Vicky, talking about things you could do at home and sing a cappella singing, is there any way at all I can get you to sing a little bit of something?
Sure. Let me think.
Well, you know which one is my favorite that you do.
And which one is that?
The one I cry. Oh, well, so young
Which
is
one?
so
Okay.
young.
Okay. I have a boyfriend. He says I'm his only one. We want to get married, but we're too young. So young. Can't marry no one. I love you.
Oh, thank you, Vicky. I said this to so many different people, and I really mean it. I before I ever saw you on the stage, I saw you, you know, like I would see you at somebody's house party. You're singing in the kitchen,
Sure.
you know, with that beautiful echo. And I've never experienced the feeling I get when I hear you sing. Like, you know, you know, we both grew up listening to great records, but
Absolutely.
hearing you sing in person is like, oh wow, there it is in the flesh. And there's nothing like that. And that's one of the reasons I know we miss live music so much.
Yes.
Did you lose? You probably lost a lot of shows this year when a lot of things shut down. But is there any
But we
prospects?
wrote a lot this year, which I love.
Okay, tell us about. Oh my good Lord! And one of those things was released. You on Penrose Records, was a subsidiary of Daptone Records. Can you tell us how that all happened?
Okay, well, let's see. Me and Matt and Vinny, you know, we sell at a lot of record swap meets, and sometimes we DJ. We play a lot of oddball doo-wop. And this guy had come up and said, hey man, you know, what are you guys playing? This is crazy. I never heard this before. And I've heard quite a bit. And that was Gabe Roth from Daptone. He had said, through a mutual friend who's also at the record swap meet, said, hey, you know, my friend Gabe's looking for some background singers. And you guys are local. I go, oh, is it in Riverside? Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go. So me and Matt showed up to do some vocals, or at least to talk about him with some vocals. So we did, and he sat there and he goes, wait a minute, you guys are the guys from the record swap meet. And I was like, oh my God, well, hello again. So we found out that we knew each other, but not real well, like crazy, like we'd known him for years. But, oh yeah, this is the guy. I know you, Vicky, you sing, right? And I was like, yes, hello again. So he goes, do you guys have any originals? I said, yeah. I think we sang him like 12 of them. And he goes, wait a minute. What's that number 3 one right there? That third one that you played me. What is that? And I said, oh, that's a song we wrote, me and Matt. And he was like, oh my God, we got to record that. And I think another one was another song that I wrote for the Redondos. It was called There in Your Eyes. And that one was already recorded. And I said, what about this one? He goes, oh, I love this one. So, and on the flip side is going to be My Vow to You. I have it right here, ready to play for you if you want to hear a little snippet. This is going to be on the flip side of Forever. So anyways, what happened was, we stood there after 7 hours of talking with Gabe. I thought it was going to be like 20-minute conversation. He goes, no. And then he gets on the piano. He goes, can you play that again for me? The magic that happened in that room, I was just so excited about it. And I'm still excited about it. Thank you, Gabe, for all your help and all your wonderful magic. But the beautiful thing
it's a
about
wonderful
this
opportunity,
record,
though, because I mean, for people.
Oh my God, it really was.
I mean, just to be connected with the parent label of Daptone, you know, a lot of people know Sharon Jones and Charles Bradley, critically acclaimed, and such soulful music they've been putting out.
Yes.
So cool you're associated with that now. Well, I tell you, Vicky, that 45, the single, the A-side that was released earlier, it's been a high spot of this whole lockdown. It's such a haunting song with the beautiful production. There's that chord change that kind of gets you. But anyway, it's a beautiful thing. Is there what's one of the other videos that you have that we might want to take a look at right now? Let's listen now to one of my favorites that Vicky does. So Young.
I have a boyfriend. He says I'm his only one. We wanna get married, but we're too young. Oh young. Get married, no one. They say I love it. Got the teenage reflection, but they don't know the heart's direction. Oh young, can't marry no one. I'm so young.
I tell you once again, and it gets me every time. So Young. Now, Vicky, you mentioned Forever is the A side of that single, and
Yes.
what's the name of the other the flip that?
The flip side is called My Vow to You. It's a wedding song. I wrote it
Oh.
years ago, and me and my husband have since kind of upgraded it a little bit, but it is a wedding song. I wrote it a little bit before I met him, but he's like, that song's for me, when we first got married. But I wrote it quite a bit of time ago during my Doo Wop days, and it's finally going to be, it's on the other side. Would you like to hear a little snippet? I can't send it to you yet because it's not released, but I'm going to play it for you. It's on my computer. Can you hear it?
This is like listening on the radio,
All right.
like an old AM radio.
My vow to you.
My vow to you on this wedding day.
You can lip sync it.
To you I'll be true forever and a day. Today's the day you and I will say I do.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Vicky.
Anyways, that's a little snippet. I just wanted to show you.
It's an
Yeah,
exclusive
I'm
right
sorry
here
I
on
couldn't
the
send it. It's
Roots
not
of
released
DooWop.
yet, so. What was that?
The yet to be released. We have another exclusive here on Eclectic
Yes,
American
yes.
Roots. Well, thanks
And
for
that
giving
the
us that
flip side is
preview.
My Vow to You. And I heard through a little birdie that there's going to be some colored vinyl also with the release of that. So I'm really
and
excited.
where can people pick that up when it's out?
Actually, you can just go right to Penrose, or I can ask Gabe. He hasn't said anywhere yet because they don't know when it's going to be released. So
Well, I'll tell you, that's that song, The Other Side, Forever. Just like all of your music, is really beautiful, Vicky. And thanks for
Thank you.
brightening up our afternoon here on Eclectic
Thank you
American
so
Roots.
much.
It's a joy to see you. I miss you, and I'll be looking forward
Robert, I miss you too, honey.
to maybe recording something together again, or at the very least to do a show on the same bill. So, Vicky,
I would love it.
Thank you, Vicky. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank all of you. I appreciate your time.
Big Sandy back again, and so far so good. So good, I say. I hope you agree with me. All right, let's revisit a group we touched on earlier. Well worth revisiting. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees in the year 2000. The Hall got it right that time. Once again, here are the Moonglows.
That you were the only girl for me, and I knew from the start that I was the love that was just meant to be, and I knew from the start you were the one for me. Oh, yes, I knew at a glance that you were the only one for my heart, and I knew at a glance that Cupid had flown in and loosened his dart, and I knew at a glance that you are the one for me. I've waited, it seems like forever, for true love to come my way. I'm so glad that I was so to know that I'd meet you someday. I knew from the start that you were an angel and you were divine, and I knew from the start, from here to eternity, you would be mine, and I knew from the start you were the one for me.
And now let's tune in our Motorola Portable, and let's bring on Johnny and Joe from the Howard Theater. Here are Johnny and Joe with their big hit of tomorrow, Over the Mountain and Across the Sea. And here they are.
Over the mountain, across the sea, there's a girl waiting for me. From the river, beyond every cloud, she's past the wind, blowing loud. Over the mountain, a girl waits for me.
Ooh-wee, baby, I'm in love with you. Ooh-wee, baby, I'm in love with you. Yes, I love you, and I don't care what you do. Oh, ooh-wee, baby, hey, now, honey, can you hear me? Ooh-wee, baby, I just wanna keep you near me. Baby, I'm in love with you. Ooh, baby, hold me all night long. Ooh, baby, hold me all night long. Every time you kiss me, and I turn me on. Oh, baby, oh, now come on about you. Baby, I could never live without you. Oh, baby, I'm in love with you. Oh, baby, I would like to know. Oh, baby, I would like to know just how you thrill me and make me love you so. Oh, baby, you're good love when you kiss me. Oh, baby, don't you never quit me. Oh, baby, I'm in love with you.
Could this be magic, my dear? My heart's all aglow. Could this be magic? Loving you so. Could this be magic, my dear, having your love? My prayers were answered so far from above. I thought that it would be just a memory to linger my heart and pain. But to my surprise, I open up my eyes and I'm with you, dear, my heart's again. Could this be magic, my dear, having your love? If this is magic, then magic is mine. Could this be magic? Then magic is mine.
Could this be magic? My dear, it is magic. It's magical. The Dubs, one of the all-time greats. And now let's make a big leap forward across the decades to the here and now. because the spirit of doo-wop has continued even in this time of social distancing and lockdowns, as many artists have taken to the internet using apps like Acapella to make some really great music. Like this song right here from the UK, Pat Rayford, Flat Tire.
Down the road and over the hill, I took my baby riding in my automobile, riding along to my heart's desire. A flat tire. I grabbed my jack for my spade, waiting for the out as flat as a jet. I took out my pump and started pumping it back. Another flat. Well, I was standing there thinking about my fate when along came Charlie in his 88. My baby jumped out, Black Charlie now. He said, "Hop in, babe, I'll drive you back to town." I was all shook up, feeling bad. Think about the fun that we could have had. I just had to figure out what to do. The others brew. Well, I took my jack to across the field. I was so damn disgusted with my automobile. I made a sharp fuel on a cigarette. Charlie had his girl and he had to catch him. I was going through about an 82. Suddenly said to me, somebody's following you. Yeah. I looked in my mirror, bless my soul. It was the highway patrol. Flat tire, flat tire, flat tire, flat tire, flat tire, flat tire.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
The wind smiled at me. I heard a melody. It haunted me from the start. Something inside of me started a symphony with the strings of my heart. Whoa, like a breath of spring, I heard a robin sing about a nest set apart. Guess I always will. I hope we'll never depart. Dear, with strings of my heart.
That's so good. Our friend Deke Dickerson, with one of his many lockdown masterpieces, Zing Went the Strings of My Heart, in the Doo Wop style. I hope you've enjoyed our little tribute to doo wop music and some of the people who make it. And if you have, we kindly ask that you consider visiting our virtual tip jar at StellarJAX.com, or maybe Venmo at JAXhideaway. In any case, thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you next time on Eclectic American Roots. I'm Big Sandy. Thank you.
That's our show, folks. The Roots of Doo-Wop. Help us keep the genre alive and kicking. Donate to the cause at StellarJAX.com or on Venmo at JAXhideaway. Above all, stay positive, but don't test positive, as that would be a negative. I'm positive about that. See you next time on Eclectic American Roots.